Hi, my name is Rachel Herder, and I will be talking about the demographics for my community of Dodge City, Kansas, as well as the demographics for my school, Dodge City High School, and how our demographics affect the way we teach or the way we incorporate certain options and accommodations for our students. Okay, so starting off, I will start with our community demographics. So we will look at our diversity first, and then we'll go into the economic. Okay, so we're starting at diversity. So here on this page, I got this information from I think Data USA is the website, and it is all from U.S. Census documents. So that should be, the last updated one was 2017, I believe. So this information is from 2017. So as far as diversity goes, we have 76.4% of our residents are U.S. citizens, and 31.5% are not U.S. residents, or were born outside of the country. The ethnic composition of Dodge City is 17.1 thousand Hispanic or Latino residents, which is 61.2% of our population. 32.7% is white alone, and 2.77 are Black or African American. Asian residents is 1.6%, and then multi-race are 1.35%. All right, so if you look here at our foreign-born population, it has grown, and it is pretty similar to what our county's foreign-born population, but it is substantially higher than the United States percentage. Our global diversity mostly comes from Mexico, India, and Vietnam, and you can see here in this map the other places, some of the other places our foreign-born population is coming from. So if you look here, that map gives you a kind of a good idea of where our population is coming from. And this is the demonstration of our citizenship rate. Okay, so then here is a bar graph of our race and ethnicity. So as you can see here, it's highly Hispanic or Latino. And down here, this information says it's not complete, but what I can tell you from my experience in the community and working with students, we have a very high percentage of Spanish speakers, of native Spanish speakers. So English is a lot of their second languages, which you'll see in our school demographic information as well. All right, so now let's look at economic. So our economic information is mostly based on median household income. So our median household income is $46,000-ish, $47,000. It has grown in the past year, but that's still a low household income, especially since a lot of our homes and households are multifamily households. That leaves a very low income per person. And then here's a look at our wage by race and ethnicity. And if we come down here, this is a very telling map for Dodge City. So a lot of our higher income or homeowners live in that northern part of Dodge City, and then a lot of our lower income houses are in the southern part of Dodge City. So this gives you a pretty clear division of the city and a good look at how students interact with each other and how community members interact with each other. Here is a look at poverty by race and ethnicity. So a high percent of our population in poverty is actually our white population. A look at our Hispanic population, there is also a high population that are in poverty, but I think part of the implication here is that a lot of Hispanic families live in larger groups, therefore they have more income in a household. All right, so now we're going to look at the high school demographics. So let me just switch over here. Okay, so this is coming from our Kansas report card for our district. So we're going to start with demographics at Dodge City High School, and we will start by race and ethnicity. So our race and ethnicity demographics at Dodge City High School are mostly Hispanic. As you can tell, it's 78.64%. This does a really good job of painting the picture of the kind of students we have at Dodge City High School. As 16.56% are white and 1.53% are African American. If you can tell here, our Hispanic population is growing and our white populations are dropping. All right, we will look at our economically disadvantaged. So again, we have a very high population of economically disadvantaged students. 75.69% of our students at Dodge City High School are economically disadvantaged. And just to show you, our state comparison is significantly lower. All right, and we will look next at our gender. So we're pretty 50-50 on gender. 47.81% are females and 52.19% are males. Migrant students, we have, this is not accurate. So we do have a population of migrant students every year, but apparently this information isn't recorded on our report card. So we're going to look at our ELL students. All right, so about half of our students are ELL. So we have 48.78 are English language learners. And then 51.22 are non-English language learners. And looking at the state comparison, it is super high at Dodge City High School. A lot of our older generations in Dodge City speak Spanish and only Spanish, and then their children go to high school, they learn English, but oftentimes Spanish was their first language, so they are still considered English language learners. Okay, so now we're going to look at our performance indicators. Performance level report. So these are our academic report cards, basically, for our building and our district. So if we look here, this is our math scores. A lot of our students in a lot of these academic areas are scoring in the lowest level possible. And that is something we're working on as a district. We look at this data all the time, and we try to come up with some plans for how we're going to do this differently. So if you look here, between 17 and 18, our amount of students in the lower level went up. And then this is our district comparison and our state comparison. That's math. Moving on to ELA. ELA, similar scores here. A higher amount moved from level 2 to level 1 between 17 and 18 in ELA. Our state and district comparisons look similar to the math ones. Science. Performance is similar here as well. A higher number of scoring in the lower level. And then we have our history and government scores, which look significantly better than the other topics. So there's that one. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the student options. So for our students, our different options that we have at Dodge City High School are educational placement. There it is. Okay, got it. So a few options for educational placement. We have AP, we have career preparedness pathways, and we have dual credit college opportunities for our students. We also have special education and gifted programs as well. So a lot of our accommodations differ based on the student and based on their IEP or what they have going on, what they've got agreed with their special education teacher and their other teachers. So a lot of our special education accommodations come with paras, translators, specific testing requirements, so like out of classroom testing or verbal testing, that kind of thing. Some of our higher performing students get their accommodations from the dual credit opportunities at the college level and the advanced placement courses that they can take as well. Our career preparedness program is called our Pathways program. We have 3 pathways at Dodge City High School. We have Health and Human Services, Ag and Industry, and Business Communications. So these pathways are geared towards helping students become more prepared to enter the workforce after high school graduation. A large amount of our students do that because a large amount of our students' parents are expecting that of them. Partially that is the cultural impact, and part of that is also just students not wanting to go to college or college not being the route for them. So we do have a lot of certificates that they can qualify through the high school for. So we have our CNA program that we partner up with the college, and we have a welding certificate that they can get through DC3 as well. We have a very active construction science program at the high school. They build houses. They learn everything from pouring the concrete, building the studs, to doing the roofing, to doing the interior finishes, everything. So we have a couple building companies in Dodge City that hire a lot of our high school graduates. We also do a lot with our fertilizer plant and our packing plants at Dodge City High School. So they are definitely well taken care of for the career preparedness part. And our college-bound kids get those advanced placement courses. They get the opportunity to do dual credit through DC3 and get their gen eds out of the way. So we are doing a lot for accommodations for students who are in different aspects of their schooling. I think that the community demographic and the school demographic affects the kids in their ability to do some things in the school, but I think that we are battling that with our one-to-one iPad system. So we have a lot of good technology and a lot of replacement of buying a whole bunch of supplies every year. We also are very cognizant that some of our students work overnight at the plant. So we're aware of that when they come in first block and they need a coffee or they need a nap. We're aware of that and we know what to expect of them. On the other hand, we have an awesome family liaison program. So we have a group of counselors who are family liaisons. They speak Spanish and they communicate with those Spanish-speaking families as well. As far as our school attitude goes, you can see a lot of the Hispanic influence throughout our school and our community. Our school takes off days that are typically Catholic religious days because a lot of our population is of that Catholic community. So we're definitely aware of our cultures present in the community and in the district, and we do our best to accommodate those in the classroom. I'm sure not all of us do it perfectly at some time, most of the time, but we do try and we do acknowledge those differences. Can't wait to see all of your videos. Thank you for listening.